if you know things, your leader can't get away with stuff. Trump can't get away with everything. Everyone's got a microscope or a magnifying glass up on everything he says.
That's certainly my hope with the whole the social media time is as much as there is actual fake news, not Donald Trump fake news, that people are too plugged in to have the wool pulled too much over their eyes. But maybe that's wishful thinking.
Well, I find the whatchamacallit, it's not just Trump, but it's like the supporters. That's the thing that gets to me. And I blocked the first person I've ever blocked on Facebook, and I really gave him the benefit of the doubt because I don't want to, censor speech and all this. But it's of course somebody from high school, and I went to kind of like a liberal, very sort of you had entrance exam, snooty, for lack of a better term. I really liked it, but
you liberal elite.
It bred a certain type of liberal elite, and he is definitely not that. But what he's done is he is latched on to sort of like hardcore capitalism and has kind of used like looks for information that suits his argument to write these giant posts to all sorts of different comments on Facebook. And at one point, like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt and would try to argue with him a little bit or whatever. And then at one point, I was just posting about the Super Bowl, and he wrote some sort of giant diatribe about how, the Atlanta Falcons are not the avatars of the social downtrodden and looking to overcome this giant thing. And he's using big words. Well, in a way, you could say that he's very literate and all this sort of stuff, but he was also being willfully ignorant and choosing to cherry picking the sort of facts that suited this argument and worldview that he wanted to present. And so, like, at a certain point, you have conversations with these people and you try to exchange information. But when they bury both, like, you got to be conscious about yourself burying your head in the sand like an ostrich. And I try to think about that too. Think about, like, okay, I've got to really, what is he trying to say here? But then when you see the arguments and they're so, his head is so buried so deep, it gets difficult. And then when you have two ostriches with their head in the sand, I mean, it's difficult to have any sort of meaningful dialogue and conversation, and I think that's where
I just like to interject that this is a great segment of the conversation, but you both remained ignorant of the fact that at the end of the show, I need a happy punchline to end things on.
Well,
it's like
wrap it back up.
It was like, let's continue on with the topic
about conspiracy. It was like you made me think about conspiracy theories. That I was like, where it's like people using kind of being halfway smart but sort of ignorant too, and willfully so. And anyways, so go listen to our episode on conspiracy theories with special guest host
Scott Johnson.
Yeah.
But no, it's true.
You can wrap up there.
I thought about the conspiracy theory one too, because it is the same. The way that guy was writing on Facebook really reminded me of a conspiracy theorist who was like, he's totally, no, you don't understand. It's the chemtrails.
Just the way you were describing it, because I had this friend, I think I've told you that this childhood friend that's a crazy conspiracy theorist, and when I've talked to him as an adult, being like, tried to have what you were saying, the meaningful conversations with him, trying to be like, I can understand, and then being like, no, he's just too far gone. I can't.
He's gone, Jim.
It was like, I can't really hang out with him anymore. I can't do it.
Man, ignorance. It's not a funny topic, even though I thought it might be.
Yeah, I know. It seemed, it made,
although we are recording later than usual, and everyone's, probably a little tired. So.
Yeah, we're all tired.
I tried to crack a few jokes.
Grim.
Tried to crack a few jokes at your guys' expense, and I just saw like anger. I saw the throttle face and not the laughing face a bit. Like when I pushed this button. You guys aren't like it today. You guys are like, oh man, I've just dealt with a kid. I'm gonna put my foot.
It's like there's a lightning bolt going in my brain.
It's so
sad. And there's pictures of cars in the lightning bolts because of that commercial.
Earth females are too fragile.
All right.
God, at least that's not as so aggressive.
That one's a classic because I know Mike loves that one a lot. So it always
Dreams are too fragile.
It's funny how for just a brief moment I was happy. I'm like, oh, Bo fixed the sound effects, and then within like
and
2
then like
minutes, I'm like, I need to go to his house and just take a hammer to it. You know? Oh God.
I didn't find it funny.
Yeah, Crofton didn't find it funny.
I didn't find it funny.
Remember that one?
All right, folks. I think that I'm going to go
Sweet,
to bed.
I killed the Skype call. Everyone wants to go to bed. I'm sorry.
Good night, folks.
That's the only way to get rid of most of the stuff. All right, thanks live stream for tuning into the show. Love you a long time. That's
Bye,
kinda racist, I'm sorry.
Croftaholics. Yeah, it's